Hello and welcome back. We're in the studio. So, things have been a bit interesting today. We had one of our main PCs fail, which we were trying to fix, which is why there was a delay, and then we went live on the what we normally use for FACEIT TV2, and as soon as that went live, then the thing was fixed. And we had Jackie here, and then it's like, oh, well, maybe we won't need you, so we sent him away, and then back, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the Chiefs are 1-0 up in the first qualifier for the FACEIT League, and they were taking the pick of their opponents, which was on cash. We're about to get into the pistol, I believe, for map 2. If we can just have a look at the schedule again, I can quickly tell you what map 2 was, because I was staring at the clouds while we were waiting to go live. So, Cash, Mirage, and Inferno are the maps for the first match of the day. Again, it'll be either the Chiefs or Control going through to the FACEIT League, and then Animal Squad versus Atletico for the second qualifying spot. Well, Chris appears to have a master plan with this decoy grenade, which is quite curious. Let's see where it's due to land. Somewhere. Who cares? Decoy grenade. We have smokes going down towards the A bomb site, and we had Zuzi run all the way into Sandwich, but he gets taken down, and it seems it was a fake. It's going to keep 3 CTs completely out of position. 5-star goes down, leaving only Genesis towards the B bomb site, so they've been sold. Down the river have Control, going for the retake now. The bomb is being planted to the Chiefs, of course, so worst case scenario is being ticked off, but of course they want to win the pistol. Pietro, last man standing with the P250. Less bullets than they used to have. Although it's still 13 in the magazine. Just looking for those headshots, unable to find them. Maybe wishing he had a Glock now, as it would have been 7 extra bullets to find those headshots, but not to be. He's got the P250.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And there we go. P250 is a curious one for the pistol round. Yeah, I guess if you're, I'm not sure why they need it with that particular play, but there we go. Control will finish off the pistol round, and we have a 5-man push into connector with the CTs caught completely unawares, but it's going to be just the Glocks as we are expecting AKs in the following round. Ooh. Now, in that kind of situation, that was really weird because I'm guessing the T's were not expecting all the CTs to be towards a slope, as opposed to on the CT side, if you will, of the map, where sometimes, I don't know, you might want to play the longer range game, although it looks like the CTs were looking to shut down any push with Tech 9s before the Chiefs got close on their terms to finish things off. So you see a smoke there. That smoke is thrown by Renegades. I did make a version which doesn't require a jump script. So that will give the Chiefs control, no pun intended, of the connector area. This is the buy again of the Chiefs. You can see OCE continuing with the MP9, but Control are in a position where were they to lose this round and be able to get a good buy off in the next, which doesn't look likely as Nick's only had $100. Actually, never mind that point entirely. They don't have enough money to afford such things. That nade is that's gonna be a 5-star nade. So man advantage for the Chiefs. We've got the AKs versus the MP9, M4, and AK of the CT side. Now the question is, where is the bomb going to be planted? They can't plant it for triple because there are 2 CTs. Make that 1. Oh, this is quite quickly fallen apart for Control. See if Genesis can bring it back for his team. Takes 1 down, insta-trade by the T's. So, I mean, when you're walking down the slope as a CT, there are some blind spots where the T's can hide. Or they can make it a very difficult angle for you to look at. One is around the corner on the higher level as you're walking towards T-spawn. And then one is at the next to the railing. You can hide there as well, and there's another blind spot. Obviously, the first of which was the problem. Genesis trying to get a fast jump into ladder room, but he missed his jump, and he's not going to have time to go for it again. That deagle will be lost remainder of his team just with USPs, so this should be fairly standard. You can see there isn't really any kind of stack going on. 5-star, I don't know if he was AFK or if they were just having a chat about what they're going to do in the next round, but the CTs are not really in a position to even trade with each other. It's all 1v1s here for the Ts to engage. And with the Glocks, sorry, with the USPs, that should not happen. But if only Tux goes down, then I don't think the Ts will be too concerned. Only the Iceman, Chuck Liddell here, for control remaining. Getting that USPS, going to have the silent, sneaky advantage, but not enough for him to get that second frag. So, looks like a double eco from control. OCE sitting on a lot of money. I think he should be dropping some pistols for his team. He's only spent $300, which is kind of weird. Because he could at least, like, he hasn't even bought anything for himself. He's just going to sit on $300. So I suppose what he can do is drop for his team in the following round, so they can buy him some more nades than they otherwise might have. But they could have dropped some deagles maybe, or some 5.7s stacked to sight. Genesis has Kevlar, helmet, and P250. Ooh, Nick's caught trying to reload. He's only got a few bullets left, but he only requires a few bullets to kill that player. He will be unable to do so. Genesis has 16 HP, but it's 4 versus 2. The players are heavily tagged, but Control can't know that for sure. Genesis' armor has been lost, and it's another round in the back here for the Chiefs. When I was a youth, we used to call people a chief if we thought they were an idiot, as slang. That is an interesting fact for you non-Londoners. When you're a grotty teenager, call someone you don't like a chief. Although I'm sure that's not the case here for the Chiefs Esports Club. So the buy has come out for control. I would like to have a very quick look at the money, if possible. So yeah, all the money's been spent. So I think we did have multiple drops from the player who had about $8,000. So that makes sense. I can accept that. I can deal with that. I can handle that. There's a 4-man hold towards A here from control already. I don't know if it's a gamble or a read, but it's not going their way so far. Maybe inferior positions. Iceman coming in to take down Chris Wow. There we go. OCE emerging through the smoke, going to get himself 2 frags with the Silent M4. You can see it still has utility, that gun. Lightstep going to find himself alone on the B-bomb, so having to be go on the rotation. And I don't know if... I don't think he's got any frags here, so they might not know where he is. And he is in CT. You can see the position of the CTs. They've got 1 in jungle and 1 in the connector area. 5-star holding the AWP, but maybe there's an assumption. Looking at the angle he's holding, it seems there's an assumption that CT is clear. You can see Genesis rotating now, but there's no guarantee that he knows that Lightstep is there. Lightstep needs to go fast, though. He's not going to expect this flank. He's probably going to go for the plant, and Genesis should take the round. That's how things should go here, indeed. Planting for triple, taken down by Genesis. Couldn't expect the flank to come in. That is some awful timing if you are Lightstep. Very unfortunate for him. Control VP, even things up. I wonder what VP stands for. Is it Vice President? Control Vice President? Control the Vice President? Who knows? AWP onto both sides. 5-star and Lightstep will be holding the big green guns. 3-man hold towards the A site once again here from the CTs. You can see 5-star's being smoked off, and Lightstep is going to frag him through the smoke. Boom. Man knows his angles, I presume. You can see the angles being held over towards short, but there is nobody to peek short, as there are 3 players on the A site for control. You can see A is a priority for them. They will risk the 1 player towards B, which means they'll have nobody on short when they lose the mid player. Tux has been doing some parkour and found himself in CPR, but can he get behind enemy lines? Indeed he can. OCE will be the first to fall. Now the control team are stretched. It's going to force the peaks there. Iceman taken down by Pietro. So A splits possible and doable. And the hold is very strong here from the T's. You can see Pietro starting to emerge down to CT, but look at jungle connector. That is shut down. Nixon Genesis, no option but to try and save. It's a nice nade coming in, but it's Tux going to take the post right. He will find frag onto Genesis. leaving Nyx alone. Tux lucky to survive though. He's got himself 2 kills in the round so far, but with 8 HP, I can't see him looking for any more. So if Nyx only saves the AK here, that'll be something at least. We'll see what the money is like at the beginning of the next round. So again, a reminder guys, we are going to be doing a giveaway soon on Twitter for some factory news Shadow Daggers Real Forest. Make sure you are following the Twitter for that, and also, yeah, they're not in that inventory yet. Ooh, invisible players. Also, we are going to be doing a giveaway very soon at 650k followers. I think we're like maybe less than 2,000 away at the moment. So make sure you hit the follow button and maybe we do it today. Back into the match though, Chiefs with a man advantage. Lightstep may be unviewable for now because of Go TV bugs. OCE coming in with the eco push to take down Tux. That is some information for his team as well. We'll see if the CTs get aggressive elsewhere. We've got a 2-man push coming in towards the mid area, although Iceman was kind of baited by his teammate who left him alone. The trades eventually come in. Now we've got a 2 versus 2. AK picked up by Nyx. Oh no, that was here from the last round. So it's 5-star who needs to try and get a weapon. He is coming in. He's in connector as you can see. So there are some weapons top mid for him to grab, and he needs to do so before his teammate gets isolated on short. Moving very slowly are the remaining 2 Chiefs players, and 5-stars picked up an AWP no less, so that could get very interesting. He's moving towards apps. I think Nyx may have spotted a player there trying to find himself the frag, but he's only going to take half of Pietro's life. So 5-star, what is the play here from the last CT? There is an angle he can hold from the stairs leading down to the underpass to give him a vision of B, but he's going to go for the conservative play. With no armor, he will go for the save. Far away from this terrible place. This spot where he is right now is where I generally like to save as a CT on this map, because you can quickly look all the way through T-spawn at a glance and look towards someone approaching. You have like, it gives you reasonable time to look in either direction basically, and pretty much guarantee yourself a 1 versus 1 should the opposing force know where you are. Speaking of Real Forest, there's a Real Forest Karambit. Bish bash bosh. So, Chiefs with a nice lead. We should see the buy coming out for control once again. If Dan was here, I imagine all the crappy puns about keeping things under control, etc. would be coming out. We can see control favouring the M4A4s, save for OCE. Yes, indeed, we are less than 2,000 followers away from finally giving away that Medusa and the Icarus Fell and the Poseidon, which may be even more desirable now with this change. And these knee-jerk reactions. I'm just waiting for players to go back to the Silence M4. I can almost guarantee it's going to happen. So this position where Chris Val's holding an angle, basically if he brought his mouse down a little further, he could smoke the corner of the balcony, which I think he's doing anyway, so I guess it works from that angle. But it can potentially drop down into the shadow area. Nyx holding things down though, on a slope with 3 kills. Oh, unable to reload before he gets the 4th. Nice 3-man by him, and that's exactly what control needed. They've got a man advantage, but one of their players will feel that he's stuck in the connector jungle, the jungle area, excuse me. He has to assume that one of these 2 players is following his angle, but eventually he's going to have to come out. See OCE taking that light step, leaving Chris Val with 7 HP alone. I think I don't know where he is, but they have an idea. He is being naded off, and he's going to have to run for it because he's only got 7 HP. And again, you saw the angle where that smoke was being held. Hold it high, and it can drop in front of Shadow. Hold it low, and it stays on the balcony itself, and just kind of makes it hard for the CTs to see you run out, but also you can throw pop flashes into it as part of an execute towards A. Literally the same angle, just with your mouse lower, is the only difference. Okay, what does Chris Wow have planned for us with this smoke of his? Is he doing a smoke for connector from that position? Because that is an entirely different smoke. I think he is as well. Indeed he is. Well, that's one to look at in the demo a bit later on. Another approach to the connector smoke. Reasonably fast one it looks like as well. Anyway, the T's have lost themselves 2 players, as have the CTs. And the CTs have 2 players who are heavily tagged. That's going to maybe cause some aggression. We have Genesis peeking towards short, which is very timely as Zuzi comes through connector and gets shot in the back of the head. That's going to be important. That's going to cancel the A split, although the fact that the play went down in connector may keep Control out of position for a long time. They've got one player basically in T spawn. That rotation is going to be huge. Genesis has to hold here for his team while the rotation comes in. He's seen the bomb, which means a fast rotation from the remaining players. Life Sip will go down as well. We'll see if the CT goes to retrieve the AWP. Indeed, they will. Free smoke grenade to boot, and things are tied up. But with 5 rounds on the T side for the Chiefs, they will not be sad as to the current situation. Control will definitely want to head closer to a 10-5 than an 8-7. Eco coming out for the Chiefs here, so this is a good opportunity for Control to take the lead, to build some money. First AWP shot lost, but he has support with 2 plays. OCE all the way up in the smoke as well, but he's not going to get, he'll get 1 frag at least, but he's given the T's an M4 now, and they've got a man advantage, so maybe a bit of an overextension by Control. We'll have to see how it goes. Nick's going to come in with another multi-frag situation, leaving it just down to Zuzi now, but there's been some significant damage done to the CT economy here. Zuzi has over a minute to play with, and there's only 2 CTs to contend with. He has no armor, but he has an M4. And the CTs will use that smoke to try and reposition, but this might play in favor of Zuzi. No, it won't. 5-star. Gonna get the frog splash. Send me a tweet if you get that reference. I'm sure someone does. Come on, somebody must. So, some damage done to the C2 economy, but it's going to be the T's back on the buy as well. Again, the AWP coming up for Lightstep. Lightstep and 5-star with big green guns. Chris Wow going for this smoke once again. So this is a jumping one. I don't know if that's jump script or not. I'm not sure where that one landed. I think it might be for CPL actually. But again, it's the CTs with a 2-man aggression up mid, so any CPL smoke will be redundant. There is a gap. A teaser for Chris Fowl to look at. But it will only be a tease, as there is nobody on the other side of the curtain. Zuzi is lurking towards the B bomb site, but it was also a lurker towards A. And again, Control have been favoring. They've been heavily arming the A site so far. So that lurker may cause them problems, although they do have one in an aggressive position, but he's not peeking right now. And the CT player for the CTs is moving towards the B bomb site / CPL. So maybe they realize what's going on. Zuzi with a great peek onto that sneaky spot to take down Genesis. OCE repositioning with 2 frags. Life's going to trade, but it's the man advantage for the CTs now. Although they're out of position, there's one player in connector who's unable to thin the numbers, and there go all the T's. Control will extend their lead. Surviving of 3 players as well will be better for their economy. It may not be good, but it'll be better than it could have been should that connector player have got himself another frag. Alrighty then. This is a bit of a slugfest. I wonder where slugfest comes from, because slugs don't really have much in common with guns other than occupying bunkers. If you've ever visited a World War bunker, you will see that there are probably slugs on the walls. It's nice and damp in those situations. Anyway, OCE, again, the Control favouring now this aggressive CT play, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, which isn't really that favourable for the CTs. Again, the smoke down in connector will give the T's connector for free, but a fast push through the smoke from Zuzi is not going to pay off. They're trying to just blast the A bomb site now. 5-star will get the frag, well, the shot into the leg and then finish off with the P250. So the Chiefs may be trying to take a gamble there and surprise the CTs by pushing through that smoke in connector. It's a really good smoke into connector. It gives them connector for free, which is maybe why Control are going for the aggressive mid play actually, because of that smoke. Either way, it's just about working for Control at the moment, and the 10-5 is looking somewhat likely at the moment. You can see the 4 coming out from Chiefs, an UMP and a Tech 9 for Chris and Lightstep respectively. I'm not even sure if they're going, when they're going for the A play, if the UMP is even needed, as the moving accuracy of the Tech 9 and a 1-shot from close distance may be enough, but we'll find out. This is a great push, going to see the elbow of Nick and punish him through the smoke, but there is a player That is the Iceman in the shadow position. If OCE can run distraction, he can't. Iceman's going to get one kill and traded immediately. Trades coming in all over the place. 3 versus 3. Zusi coming in for the flank towards CT. Unable to get Genesis a second player. So that's one known and one unknown for the Chiefs at the moment. Pietro's not really in a good position right now. Not much he can do deep into the firebox area, but the shadow will give OCE's position his way. Tux will become bait, and Pietro will clean up the rest of the round. Chiefs bring it to 8-6. So will it be 9-6 or will it be 8-7? We are about to find out. Money is varied for control, but with Nix on over 10k, we shouldn't be doing too bad here. Full nades for both sides, more or less. Control lacking some diffuse kits. I think they've all got the stock pistols as well, so they had less money than they would have liked. You can see a Tech 9 on Zeus as well. Can we have a quick look at the money? Okay, so yeah, I think they have missed a trick with pistols here. Definitely could have had some upgrades in the bag. Some 5.7s dropped to get the best buy possible, but here we go. Who is going to get the last round of the first half? Iceman is lying. Great timing as Zeus comes around the corner. The Chiefs looking to take control of the CPO area. Genesis doesn't feel like he can take it. Oh, the bait is real. Zusi going to punish him for it. 3 to the 5 of the CTs. Obviously coming up the T slope at the moment. Gets himself one frag. Looking for a trade fragger. 5 stars being challenged. And now the T's know that the remaining CTs are all coming from T spawn. Down goes OCE, eventually with the spray from Light Steps. That's 5-star versus 3. Coming in with the USP. Doesn't he wish? He has some pistols dropped in T spawn now. One of the players on the CT side left with 2250 in the bank. Drops some 5.7s and maybe that becomes a little bit more doable. Maybe not doable, but the push becomes more viable. You should always have somebody saying pistols in the last round of either half. It's money that does not need to sit in the back. You can see Nick's there, 2250 in the bank. Drop some 5.7s. Could drop 4 5.7s for the team there. Especially like the AWPer only has a USP. It makes no sense. So it's 8-7. And this is anyone's. At this point, you have to favour the Chiefs. They're on the more favoured side. Although the pistol is to come. If Control was to take the pistol and the 2 rounds, then 11-7. I mean, it's still a long way to go on the less favoured side if the Chiefs have a strong hold on the full buy as CT, but we'll have to see. Puck's not finding any headshots yet. Oh, there's one onto Iceman, but he's going to run out of bullets and be traded by Genesis. And that's going to be CT in control of the Terrors. I think 5 stars coming through the underpass as well, which is going to be really important. His position doesn't seem to be detected yet. He needs to move fast and make himself effective. He is far too far away from his teammates as the CTs are pushing into the site. By the time he gets to the site, all his teammates are going to be down and his position will be rendered useless. You can see the bomb is on triple as well, and they've got a kit. Oh, but they weren't too convinced, and they haven't really gone for the defuse yet. He played it far too passively there. Obviously, he thought his position was exposed when he tried to frag the person in CPL, but it doesn't seem that the CTs had any idea where he was. Nobody was looking behind them. But I mean, you got to go for the engagement there because it was basically a 3-man push from Connect to jungle. If he doesn't try and play passive, then he could potentially win the round for his team. So I think he had to go for the duel at that point. Although, you know, who knows how much he could have delayed them if they realised he was there, or how many would have faced. So can't entirely blame him for it, but who knows? Who knows? It's a marginal decision. I wouldn't say there is a wrong decision was made. Easy to say when you can see everything, but there we go. Could have been so much different, so much better. Light step of the taking down Genesis there. Only person mid, and he's looking in underpass as well. To be honest, it's a bit of a dangerous peak, because if they have Tech 9s, which is unlikely in fairness since they've got a bomb plant, can expect him to go for the AKs. So in that sense, calculated risk. Anyway, 5-star with the bomb in mid. Now, in this position, I think he should have taken that opportunity to get off mid, because as the last man standing, he has to be paranoid of short, of underpass, of CPL, and connector. Those are 4 places, and he's one person with a P250, so he doesn't really have the range advantage either. So I'd say just try and make his way into one of the sites instead. I mean, he can play around the structure at the top of mids to try and get a close engagement as they push him. But I would have got off mid. Iceman taking down Zusi. Early frag here for control. It's a good one, but can they capitalize on it? So the pop flash coming in off the box. That's a nice pop flash actually. One I will definitely be stealing. So control had the 2 players showing presence top mid, and they've got a player below CPL as well. So they can move those players from top mid, as I don't know if the CTs, especially with a man disadvantage, are going to be peaking CPL anytime soon. You can see Chris Wow moving over towards the B bomb site as they are lacking information, although they have Pietro pushing through CT apps, sorry, through B apps at the moment, which means that the rotation is going to go back towards the A bomb site. Still a lurker in mid in Genesis, but the CTs are ready and waiting. Tux with the FAMAS. How many can he get? He can get 2, including the bomb. We've got the 3rd person trying to trade, but Tux has reconsidered his position. Genesis, the lurker, is going to get a frag in the mid area, and now he finds himself the only one standing versus 2 with a crossfire on the site and control of the bomb. He's got 25 seconds to try and make his way over towards the bomb without getting fragged from behind. He has to be paranoid about the frag from behind. Obviously, his teammates will have information as well. He's going for it, and there it is. Turns around immediately looking for the trade fragger. Now, you can go for the plant onto short, or this plant as well. Like, so trying to bait him. But there we go. Now Jonas is on the CTs, and they know where he is. Shot straight in the face. Now, this is a strong position for control. Let's look at the money on the CT side. It is all over the place here, and they're going to have to go for the eco. I think force buy would be a mistake. 9 to 9, they have the round to play with. No need to go crazy. So going to be a very minimal buy, a very minimal buy indeed. A few pistols, a few flashbangs, and that's it for the Chiefs. We'll see if they go for a stack. They've got 3 towards A, 2 towards B. They may peek mid from connector. Seem to have a fast, short aggression, so essentially turned into a 4-man push up mid. And control are just waiting with 3 people top mid themselves. They've got the eco guns out, the MP7 ready to play. Here comes the push. Zusi found himself 1 versus 1. He gets traded, and that's going to be most of the round completed. 5-star can pick up the superior weapon. I think there was an AK to grab. Indeed there was, and he'll grab it. So, MP7 just left behind for the CTs to run around with. Not going to be that useful for them versus the armor, etc. And the rest of control will just move together towards the B-bomb site. No need to split up anymore versus 2. Worst case scenario, they trade with these remaining players, and the round is over. So you can see him creeping through apps at the moment. There is an angle being held by Pietro. He does have a P250. There he goes. The trade comes in. So that's 1 out of the way. 3 remaining players all have full health. And there's the end of the round. So surviving of 3 players are the Chiefs. Sorry, our control. Chiefs being wiped out once again. So let's look at the money. You can see Zusi and Chris Wow still have dodgy money. And it seems they're going to go for the double eco. So they're playing it conservatively, playing it sensibly. Again, it's not going to be a huge lead, even with 11 rounds for control. It's still going to be a long way to go versus the buy of the Chiefs, but this buy will have to work this time for the Chiefs. Iceman being traded by Zusi, and the push will continue, but the bomb is being lost by the Chiefs. They've got the Molotov down, but that's going to stop them picking up the bomb as well. OCE finding 2 kills, Nick's coming in as well, leaving only Tux. So that could have gone horribly wrong there for control, but they managed to clean things up. Just Tux with the deagle now. Not much damage on any of these players, really. OCE will still require 2 meat shots if he doesn't get a headshot. Tux found himself a Galil, which has good armor penetration, but the CTs might have a preference towards the M4 because obviously they'll have more experience with the recoil control of the M4 versus the Galil. There we go. He's going to push and try and do some damage, but no frags. Will come the way of Chiefs at the end of that round. So the buy finally coming in. I'm expecting to see an AWP. There we are. So we've got an AWP onto Lightstep and no AWP onto Control. But they do have AKs, which is still an interesting duel for the mid area. And you can see Lightstep doesn't have the best spawn for mid either, but he's not going to have any challenge. In fact, the Chiefs will find this out soon as they are going for a 2.5-man push up mid, and Control are going for a set play towards A, and it's going to be a fast one. So it's going to be 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 people through connector for the CTs. Control have to get out of these choke points, and indeed they are kind of doing that, but they're losing the duel, so they've got a man disadvantage, and 5 stars looking for a flank from T-Spawn. He hears the sound cues, and there goes Tux. Now 5 star needs to get himself on the fight as well. The remaining 2 players for the T's are both on T slope, and once the CTs identify this, it's going to be a hard defense for the disadvantaged terrorist side. Lightstep going for that 10-second defuse there in the smoke. Remaining 2 players get cleaned up. OCE with a consolation Molotov frag there. But the Chiefs bring it to 11 to 10. Plant going down. We should see a buy coming out for Control once more. Indeed, they most certainly have the money to do so. If they're going to lose rounds, they need to get more frags in said round to have a bigger impact on the CT economy. Okay, I wonder if they're going to smoke off, if the T's are going to smoke off connector at the beginning of every round. That would be a good play, kind of like when the older Starner Dragons lineup used to smoke off outside the nuke every single round, regardless of what they were doing. Anyway, that's a short player going down, as Zusi is soon to follow. Looks like they could potentially win each other's map picks at this rate, as the Chiefs seem to be having some struggles on the CT side. Just the picks going the way of Control at present. So this time, with the 3 men remaining for the Chiefs, two of them will be over towards the B bomb site, with one deep towards A in the shadow position. But again, there's one short, one in apps for the CT, so again, they're not in a position to trade. Ooh, Pietro spotted a gun, and he is got to be careful here, because if Nyx turns around at the wrong moment, he could lose something. But no, he's going to get a clean kill onto him. Tux get a clean kill over towards A. They must know it's an A split now. Pietro coming in to do more damage. There's a second frag for him, and Tux is doing more work. So 1 versus 1. Lightstep trying to frag the cross, but that's not going to happen. OCE getting the Molotov down, just waiting to see. Ooh, looks like he may have spotted Lightstep, but he knows he's only got 10 seconds to plant here. That's a very smart grenade, trying to nade the triple plant, but Control OCE had to plant in the default spot, which is a lot harder for the T's to defend, a lot less places you can cover the bomb from. Triple was such a superior plant position. Lightstep spotted him now. Lightstep is going to get shot in the head, and that is a clutch round there for Control, and Chiefs have to start getting worried now, because their money's been decimated once again, and assuming that they lose this round and buy on the next, Control may be too close to that magical 16. Okay, so what is OCE opting to do here? Just become a bit of a pain, throwing random objects into the A bomb site. Again, we're seeing the short push here from the CTs, but Nyx is just ready and waiting to punish him for it. Goodbye, Chris. Wow, goodbye, Pietro. Lightstep Tux, Zusi remain, just the USPs all around the A site. Again, Control still looking for information here. They're at top mid, bomb passive position. We've got one lurker in Genesis just looking to clean out the B bomb site and confirm it's clear for his team. So he's going to do that. He's going to be the street sweeper. You can see Nyx is going to lurk towards mid and stop any rotations through short, which means that the T's more or less only need to worry about CPL through the ladder room and the shop/market area. All the CTs cleaned up now, and Control are 3 rounds away from making this a 3-mapper. if you are joining us from Oceania, good day. I don't know if you guys even say good day. We have an Australian girl who works for us here. Her name is Rochelle. She is a lovely girl, and she never says good day. She did, though, just come back from Australia and bring us Tim Tams. I tried to do the thing with the coffee. Couldn't figure it out. So, CT is going to get the first frag on this occasion. Good start, but you can see they're lacking nades at the moment. They've got no kit on anyone. Nick's going to get flashed from Connected, which will be a warning to maybe have a pre-fire or a pre-aim when he goes to peek that area, but the Connected player has since rotated elsewhere. Got to be paranoid about the boost into the CPL area. Making a bit of noise as well. You can see just a quick question asked of the Connected area. Maybe trying to bait a rotate with that shot, but Zusi is looking for the boost. That wooden structure to his left, he can jump on that and see the other boost, or just a general spot where they try and catch AWPers out. Doesn't boost into the window itself, it gives them nice vision through almost the jungle, but you can just sit there and wait for it. It's a reasonably common spot. Once you're denied vision of mid as an AWPer as well, you can hold that angle. But there we go, another duel lost there for the T side, so Chiefs on the brink of destruction, starting to bring things back. Starting to quell the monster. 5-star, carrying the bomb on the B bomb site. He is going to get the plant for his team. Lightstep just holding patiently, making sure he can tell the CT team where 5-star isn't. And he finds where 5-star is, and that is going to be the round in favor of the Chiefs, closing the gap to 2. An important round for him to win, but we must note they are only surviving, I say only, with 2 players. They've picked up 2 warps. We'll see if they go for a mid and short play, or if they're going to put one early towards CT on A, which is the less favourable option. And again, I say only survive with 2 plays because look at what it leaves them with. They're having to go for the FAMAS onto Pietro, and actually, it's not too bad. They've got 2 defuse kits as well, so we'll see where these AWPs are going, and I think it is going to be short and CPL for these AWPs, which makes the most sense. They can rotate one towards CT spawn later on, should an A push come in. So we've got 2 in underpass here for the T so far, so it looks like it's going to be some sort of a mid-take, and indeed they have scared the CTs away from the CPL position, and it's going to be a full rotation actually, but is it going to come fast enough? Fast aggression, and it's A splits coming in from A slope and Connector. Nobody in Palace, but obviously the CTs will have to be paranoid about it until they clarify exactly where all the T's are. So the plant's going to be for short, as short just gets smoked off. We've got Genesis holding the angle towards jungle as well, but Chris is going to find a frag. And another one onto Ox, trying to jump past the angle, but you can't jump for free anymore with these new hitboxes. 3 versus 3 with a 2-op retake might not be easy. That is a good nade to start things off though. Tux is looking for it. Iceman gets shot in the arse. 2 versus 2 now. Pietro, he's had so many frags for his team so far, looking for the next one. Both players are on A slope. Nice spray moving. Can't get a second one. But a bomb is down in an unfavorable position. For Lightstep, he doesn't have a kit either. Neither can he find a frag onto 5-star. And Control move within one more round. Does this put the Chiefs on eco? Look at the money. If they lose this round, Control are on map points. So do they play against it? With 11 rounds, it's viable for them to go for an eco here and try and get 4 rounds in a row. If they had like 8 rounds, for example, then they would probably go for a force, as it may be a bit of an insurmountable task. But 4 from 4 is possible. It is doable. Zusi's position here is actually a blind spot. He doesn't need to peek here. He can let Lightstep peek first and trade if he needs to. Although, if you are simply walking up short, then you will see Zusi and shoot him straight in the head. But you can see the play there. I've watched 2 people run past and knifed them afterwards from that position. So it does work, I assure you. Chiefs. Again, they are on a eco. Pietro with a deagle here. They're trying to boost him, it seems, but Nyx, with them going for the second boost, may detect what is going on, although Tux has the angle from Connector to take him down. Control with all but one of the guns. You can see Chris Wiles now picks up an AK-47. Problem is for the CTs, bomb is moving in towards A at the moment, and they don't have anybody there. Tux taken out now, 4 versus 2. Chiefs have to save this AK, and Pietro can maybe try and steal a second gun away, or try and spot a position for his teammate to help him save that AK for what could be the final round, what they hope won't be. Alrighty. Control onto map point. The Deagle Blaze. Best way, my Deagle Blaze is nicknamed VY Canis Majoris, which is one of the biggest stars in the world. In the universe, I should say. And has the flammable sticker on it. This is how you use Deagle Blaze. So, the buy from the Chiefs will be the AK retained from the previous round, 3 M4s, and Pietro will continue with his favoured Deagle. Not a good start for the CTs, traded by Iceman. That is no advantage to the CTs. Genesis with the pre-aim onto Lightstep in that common position in connector. Pietro managing to find the frag onto Genesis, so it's 3 versus 3. He will not opt to try and take that gun. Just rattling off an extra shot there. Will actually give his position away to Control, who are now trying to hunt him down. Unbeknownst to him, there are 2 T's coming his way, and then he starts reloading and gets shot for free. So that's just a catalogue of unfortunate circumstances there for the Chiefs to lose Pietro in that situation. Bomb planted on B now, and Short has been cut off by Nyx playing Delpan. Bit of attack there, but the Molly will continue its journey towards the shop area. You can see Nyx coming into the site now. He knows that there's no push coming from Connector. So last 2 CTs are short, and there's loads of nades coming their way. This should not be winnable for them. Tuck's checking bench. There is a player on short. The Shadow will give Chris Wow away, and he'll be punished by OCE. Spray down coming in, and Control will take map 2 of this best of 3. So they've won each other's map picks, and we will have one more map before we go to the second qualifier of this evening here in the Oceanic Territories. So we are going to go to a break while the third map is set up. You'll see what it is shortly. We will see you back here in a few minutes.